opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number one.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Man, this home crowd was so jacked up, so excited to finally get the football after giving up points on the first drive and having to be quiet. Now they're quiet again. How about the defense coming in here, shutting this crowd up early and doing their job?
Missouri will have to send out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Already a solid start to this. Breaks into the open. The 30. Inside the slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. They'll run it from the gun. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. And the big dog got him again, and Georgia can be judicious when they blitz because they get pressure from the guys up front.
So nice having a defensive line that hunts. And year after year, Georgia finds these guys, but with the double guys, the guys that can double sacks in a game, double-digit sack.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. So Missouri will have to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He takes it at the 45. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. He put 2 touchdowns on the board. Turning it on! And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment. The Dogs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Wants to throw. It's Underwood. It's complete to the right. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. To say this has been a slow start as he tosses one high and deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. And they'll bring him down after the long completion and explosive pass play for this offense. The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. They'll ride Davis here. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Finds his man. It's James. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago, now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
It doesn't always have to be pretty, and that one wasn't, but somehow he hooked it just into that left corner. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. What a first quarter they've already put together, up 21-3 and going for more. Catch in the middle, it's Wiley. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football, early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. The play action fake. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Back to pass, it's Underwood. That's caught. It's Thompson. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40. The Bulldogs look to keep this drive humming. The give to the tailback. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated.
And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
They'll give it to the back. Runs through the tackle. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Gets it out fast. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This guy's been around a while, and in his junior season showing complete command of the offense. He's guided this offense with precision, and most of all, he has taken care of the football. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Quick release by the QB. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Great play by the cornerback. In this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over. Nice job.
Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Firing to the right, complete. Oh, he's got some space. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
It's complete, and he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the returner is stopped. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. The give to Davis. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And down he goes back at the 3. So Missouri will have to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've gotten really productive play from their quarterback. He's got it inside the 15. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looks as if he's going to run it. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Oh, they're after him. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
Love love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now and I'm using my athleticism and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Wants to go up top on first down. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Hauls it in. At the 35, he's open. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Looking for an open area to his left. Got him downfield. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Picks up the first down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. The short hands, it's Frazier. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. He might want another play. To the air, it's Underwood. Finds his man, it's Frazier. There he goes. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. It's complete to the left. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Quarterback extends the play. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! And he knocked that one right down the middle. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. They'll start this drive going to the air. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20s. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. They boot it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They'll send the back in motion. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Dances away. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. The RPO, fire complete to the left. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here.
At the 34-yard line. Good enough for first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Frazier.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
High the chains now on second and long. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's run out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 26.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top. Steps away to find some room. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia!
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
He'll bring it out. It's Madison. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Columbia. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive of the offense.
Yeah, the first possession. Because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
To the air, it's Stoneburner. They'll run the screen. Open space at the 25. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Looking downfield on first down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground, but you can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Fires to the big fella. Gets it out just short of the 20, out of bounds at the 19-yard line, and a little more room to operate. They kick it away on fourth down. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. To the ground with the back. Past the 45. Big pickup on the ground into plus territory, and they get him out of bounds at the 41. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Thompson. He goes out of bounds, but not before getting it to the 32. And the Dogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll try the run. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got his man. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Looking to throw, it's Stoneburner. Complete to the right. And the defense drags him down.
Well, the offense able to pick up some extra yards after that curl throw there. Because the QB got it to his guy early, he was able to turn around, make a guy miss, and go pick up some
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Use the play fake, now to throw. Zings it complete to the right. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Trying to ball his way in. Touchdown, Dogs! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. And with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I don't think the quarterback made the right read on that play. I know they're asking a lot of this QB. He's got a lot to focus on with the pass game and all the different types of runs that they have in their playbook. But on that play,
and the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. So Missouri will have to punt it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. Typically, at this spot on the field, you make a fair catch. I'd call that risk-aversive, but it is good field position. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Takes the handoff. It's Robinson. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Offense working from the pistol. He wants to change this route. Now the play fake. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Going for it all. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Georgia! A great catch and run for 6.
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Madison. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. DB's locked up tight on the receiver. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great, but they got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Sets up the screen. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll return it from the 50. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick, you can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on those. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Looking to throw at Stoneburner. Quickly to the tight end. Breaks into the open. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another playoff here in the 3rd. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Now on the option. Now the toss. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. The Dogs haven't just been hungry, they've been famished. They have just eaten up this offense all day.
Everything they've tried to do hasn't worked. This defense, not only are they well organized, not only are they talented, they're well coached, they listen, they play so hard, they don't give you a thing.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
To the air on first down. Fires one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
In this offense, they just got to find a way to make some plays here. They've dug themselves a huge hole, haven't played well, especially in the important areas. They've kicked too many field goals, not scored a touchdown. They've got to find a way to create an explosive play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The corners are walked up tight. Tight end now in motion. Handoff from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big...
He hurls one deep down the left side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Running back searching for a hole. This has been a good day for the offense and a particularly outstanding performance from the quarterback. The aerial attack has been precise. They put up big numbers. They put points on the board. It has just been superb. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Punts it out of the air. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to throw on first down. Might be looking to run. Makes the grab. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for room, it's Frazier. Got enough space. Touchdown Bulldogs. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he's got a chance. Turning it on. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The offense lining up for a first down play. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Looking to the big tight end. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot.
He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Just an outstanding performance for this guy behind center. He's been elite in every aspect. He's thrown the ball on time. He's made big plays down the field. He's punched it in when he's gotten opportunities. You just couldn't ask for anything more. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
The outstanding game has taken care of the football. Now, late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
Georgia comes quickly to the line. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. Now let's see if they can follow up that huge play. 1st and 10 from the 23. He's got the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Looking for the goal line. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The inside handoff. Oh, he's got some space. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the fourth quarter you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
Get set, get set.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Off play action. Quickly out to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
He stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Underwood. He'll throw it. Wide open downfield. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
Man, this just starts to hurt your pride, right? You're down by several scores. It's in the 4th quarter, and they keep making big plays. This is something where you just got to buck up. You got to do something about it. You got to find...
Oh, there's an alley on the left. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Man, it's go time for this defense now. I mean, you're down by a couple scores, and they're still making big plays. You got to find a way to get a stop.
Looking for the end zone. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The Dogs want to move quickly. Trying to find the end zone. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. To throw, it's Stoneburner.